Good afternoon and hello. My name is Renee D. Waring, and I am the founder of Uniquely and Wonderfully Made Ministries. Welcome to my new series entitled The Stigma of Mental Illness, Part Number 1 Aura period Waring, Warring. Please be aware of the fact that of what I say are quotes from the online article The Stigma of Mental Illness is Making Us Sicker by Michael Friedman, PhD. Sheila de Blasio, daughter of New York's Mayor Bill de Blasio, spoke out about her past struggle on mood disorders. Her speaking out was hailed by many as a triumph in the fight against stigma of mental illness. Stigma is otherwise known as social distancing, where people who have mental illness are isolated from the rest of society. This is a top public health priority which must be addressed to reduce worldwide economic burdens. According to the World Health Organization, otherwise known as WHO, and the World Economic Forum, otherwise known as WEF, state that mental illness issues are the biggest burden to world health. Currently, the worldwide cost totals $2.5 trillion. The projected cost for 2030 is $6 trillion. Of the 450 million people who have mental illness worldwide, 60% do not receive any care. 90% of this people group in developing countries do not receive any care whatsoever. There are negative attitudes and negative stereotypes in societies which are dangerous for people who have mental illness because they become marginalized. The negativity is fueled by the media that perpetrators who do acts of violence are, quote, mentally ill, unquote, without providing a context of the broad spectrum of mental illness. Healthcare providers, even some mental health professionals, believe that stereotypes also. The belief that people who have mental illness are dangerous results in fear in the general population of society. These conditions lead to social isolation or loneliness on the part of people who have mental illness. It has been proven that society rejection and isolation that comes from stigma has a direct harmful effect on people who have mental illness. As a result of the stigma, they are more likely to have poor mental and physical health and may even die prematurely. Many people who experience the social isolation internalize the stigma and thereby develop a strong, quote, self-stigma, unquote. This state of affairs leads to anxiety or depression in people. In addition to the worsening outcomes on a personal level, stigma complicates the care and resources available to people who have mental illness. In a report entitled Attitude Towards Mental Illness, which was written by the Centers for Disease Control, otherwise known as the CDC, it has proven that stigma causes a lower prioritization of public resources and therefore poor quality of care for the people. 22 research studies showed that embarrassment is the top reason why people do not adhere to their medication regimen. In addition, mental health conditions are not typically screened in most healthcare settings, the result being a loss of important opportunities for care. Thank you for listening to my presentation for today. Part 2 will air either on Thursday, October 24th or Friday, October 25th. Please tune in next week and have someone view Part 2 with you. I am the founder of Uniquely and Wonderfully Made Ministries. My name is Renee D. Waring, and I am the Warrior Waring.